My husband embarrassed me at dinner and doubled down, so I made one move that ended the whole thing. At dinner with Mark's friends, someone asked how we met. Mark didn't even look at me. He smirked and said, "She basically begged me to date her." I was bored. People laughed for half a second. Then the table went quiet. I froze with my glass halfway up, waiting for him to grin and say it was a joke. He didn't. He took another drink like this was normal. Then he kept going. Look at her. Desperate, average, and lucky I gave her a chance. Dave, his best friend, cleared his throat and said, "Dude, that's your wife." Mark shrugged. "They're my friends. They can handle the truth." Heat hit my face so fast my ears started ringing. Everyone stared at their plates like the food suddenly mattered. Mark leaned back and looked right at me. "Let's be real. No one else wants her. I'm doing her a favor." Something in me went cold. I stood up without shaking the table. I picked up my full glass of red wine and poured it over his head. It soaked his hair, ran into his eyes, and dripped down his expensive shirt. His mouth fell open. Dave blurted, "Oh, crap." I grabbed my purse and walked out before Mark could find words. In the car, my hands finally started shaking, but I kept driving to my sister's place and slept on her couch. I didn't really sleep. I just stared at the ceiling and replayed his voice, the way he said it like I was a joke. By Saturday morning, my phone was exploding. Dozens of texts. Missed calls. "Where are you? Are you seriously mad? It was a joke. You embarrassed me." Not one message said sorry. I didn't answer. I called a locksmith and told him to meet me at our apartment that afternoon. The locksmith worked for about an hour, swapping out every lock. Then I started packing Mark's stuff, not carefully. I grabbed garbage bags and thick contractor bags under the sink and went room to room. Sneakers, game consoles, controllers, clothes, jackets, his fancy jersey he bragged about, all of it. I didn't stop when my arms got sore. I kept moving, bag after bag, until the hallway looked like trash day. By 2 p.m., everything was on the curb. I sent him one sentence: "Your stuff is outside. Don't contact me again." My phone rang instantly. I declined. It rang again. I declined again. Then the texts came faster. "What the heck? You can't do this. That's my apartment too. I'm calling the police." I blocked him. That evening, he showed up at the building. I heard pounding in the hall and his key scraping the new lock. He yelled my name. I stayed silent and watched through the peephole. He stared at the lock, then kicked one of the bags on the curb. A neighbor opened her door and he snapped, "She can't do this." I said through the door, "Your stuff is outside. Leave." I recorded it on my phone in case he tried to twist it later. Sunday was quiet. On Monday morning, I got a message from Dave. I almost deleted it, but I opened it anyway. He said he was sorry, that what Mark did was out of line, and that after I left, they tried to talk to him, but Mark just doubled down. He said he and another friend were done with Mark. On Tuesday, an unknown number called. It was Mark's mom, already yelling, saying Mark was heartbroken, and I'd kicked him out over nothing. I let her go for maybe 30 seconds, then I repeated exactly what Mark said at dinner, word for word. The line went silent. Then her voice got small. "He said that? In front of everyone?" She apologized right there and admitted he'd done stuff like this for years, saying cruel things and then acting like the victim when people reacted. By Wednesday, Mark was panicking. A new number texted me, "What did you do? Why is everyone turning on me? This is your fault." I didn't reply. On Thursday morning, I filed for divorce. My sister connected me with a lawyer friend, and in the first meeting she pointed at the lease and said, "It's only in your name." Mark had moved in later and never got added, so legally he was there because I allowed it. He had no idea. Friday, 1 week after that dinner, the divorce papers were delivered to Mark at work. My phone lit up again with another new number, and he was screaming the second I answered, saying I couldn't do this, saying he was joking, saying I was ruining everything. I kept my voice flat. "You said I begged you to date you. You said I was desperate and average. You said no one else wants me." I paused just long enough for him to breathe. "So here's the truth. Lose my number." I hung up and blocked that number too. Now his mom is saying I went too far with the locks. Was I wrong?